Oh, are you ever in for a treat? If you've been following along with This Verse That, you'd know that I didn't bother telling anybody that every 10 This Verse That's we're gonna drink. And last week was the 20th This Verse That, and I forgot to drink. I must have been drunk when I forgot to drink. And on the 10th, I drank like 3 or 4 beers. I don't know, my memory is hazy because I was drinking. So I am gonna try and top the 10th This Verse That by funneling a bunch of beers. And is there a better way to start a video than funneling an entire tall boy? Probably, but who cares at this point, right? I got a light beer because I'm trying to watch my figure. I mean, I'm not gonna do anything about it. Just gonna watch it. Oh! So last week on This Verse That, we took a look at coffee versus tea, and also a terrible, terrible editing mistake that I made. And I wouldn't have seen it unless one of you pointed it out. This week, we're taking a look at what's worse, tattoos versus piercings, and oh my god, did we ever incite a mob rage on my Facebook page. A lot of people had some opinions on this one. There's a lot of things to keep in mind when you're getting a tattoo, and I should know because I've got a couple of them. The main one being, are you prepared to answer everybody's stupid question about your tattoos? The only thing you really gotta think about with piercings is getting stabbed here gonna look good? A piercing can get ripped out of you. A tattoo can't, but a tattoo can also be misspelled. And when that happens, you're left with a lot of terrible regrets. You can't misspell on a piercing, but if you're terrible at piercing, you can hit a nerve and it's over. At least for half of your face it will be. To get a tattoo removed, you need lasers! The lasers! I don't think I need to say anything more than you need lasers. I really have no idea which is worse. So I asked you guys what you thought, and boy oh boy, there were some opinions. Oh. Tattoos are cool because they can tell a story. What kind of story does a dick piercing tell me? A whimsical tale of sitting down to pee? Because if you don't sit down, it's like blowing apple juice through a straw. Tattoos are worse because if you get a tattoo on a whim, which is already expensive, it costs a fortune to remove. Not unless you own a cheese grater. Piercings are worse because tattoos are works of art on your skin. Not always. Tattoos can go wrong. That's just my personal opinion. And who said more holes was a bad thing? I'm about to catch a silver bullet. This video has taken a turn for the worse. Neither! Both are radical! Like a whale penis! Fuck. Whale penises are wicked awesome. Piercings! Because you can't have a meaningful reason to get one. Hey! Are you gonna look me square in the taint and tell me that that isn't meaningful? I got that in memory of my sobriety. Piercings are worse because they can get ripped out during times of intense cardio, like wrestling. Or fuck! Tattoos are worse because people always make snarky comments about, that's gonna last forever, you know? The best way to respond to things like that is just by going, ah! Tattoos are worse because when you drink and get a tattoo of bees on your knees, that shit's there forever. Tattoos are worse because being drunk is the main cause of really stupid ones. You could get a really stupid piercing while you're drunk. Are you gonna look me in the taint and tell me that's not the worst place to get pierced? Both are equally as bad because you're disappointing your parents. Tattoos are worse because they're permanent. You could take piercings out, but if you got Obama tattooed on the side of your head, that shit's there forever unless you're rich. That's the worst place to get Obama tattooed. Obama. He was the president. He is the president. I gotta fucking sit down for a second. It would be like if I got a tattoo of Jean Chrétien. Nobody fucking knows who that is. Oh god, he was in charge of this great big massive land called Canada for a while, and thought he was still there, but he's not. It's some other guy. It's very apparent I have no idea what I'm saying. Just gonna drink this one, though. Just gonna drink this one. Piercings are worse because you're fucked when you're 1v1ing Magneto. I have no joke to make. That's some serious shit. To each their own. Don't like them, don't get them. You're missing the point of the video. But in all seriousness, if you don't like them, you know, don't get them. But if you like one, get one. Who gives a shit? Whatever. Tattoos are worse because you could take out a piercing, but you can't take Drake's face off your butt. I'm getting a lot of insight towards the tattoos you guys have. Piercings are worse. It's just more holes for your boyfriend to stick his wiener in. It's called cave exploring or spelunking, whatever one you want to go with. But I don't know how many piercing holes are really that big. I mean, the ears, yeah, you could stretch the ears out, but you could also swat the wieners away if you don't want the wieners in your ear holes. But any other hole is usually not big enough for a wiener to fit in, unless it's an ant's wiener. An ant, well, very, very thin, but not a whole lot of girth, but quite long. That would probably fit in to most piercing. Why? We're talking about some shit here. I've made my decision. Tattoos are worse. They hurt more, they hurt longer, they're easier to fuck up. You could have them misspelled, and that's there forever. So, the risk is higher, therefore they are worse. I hope that satisfied your thing. So if you have something you want us to discuss on the next This First That, leave it in a comment below, and if it gets liked up to the top, I'm more likely to do it. And if you want to get your say in on the next This First That, I always ask on Facebook and Twitter. There'll be a link in the description to that. I have a podcast that comes out every Wednesday where I just talk about whatever I thought mattered that week. I hope you guys had I'll see you guys on Tuesday. But I'm too critical. My stomach is full, so I can't have any more. Check in with me in 10. This